All right. Hello. Hello, guys. And hello, Lucas.
Hi, Julian.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going really well. Bitcoin is holding quite well, the 17K as well. So yeah, everything's looking not too bad.
All right. Are you buying right now BTC or are you dumping with everybody else?
Oh, honestly, not. Honestly, I'm really waiting on a silent because I feel that the bear market is really coming to an end, and we always have this volatility at the end of the bear market. And to be honest, you never know, right? You never sure whether the bottom is in or not yet. So kind of waiting for confirmation signs and also waiting for the end of the cycle in January, which I'm going to present very soon. So yeah, what about yourself?
I'm buying, but a little bit. Every single week, I'm buying a little bit of BTC and holding. But I'm aware that it might go even lower. There are some reasons to do that. But I believe that in the long term, of course, BTC is going well in the long term. But I'm not sure what will happen in the short term because there is a Genesis and Grayscale. There is other companies like in FTX probably which haven't response to proof of reserves, and probably about 90% from whole exchanges aren't still didn't respond with proof of reserve. So this is the big question mark. The whole market, where will cash flow after maybe some other exchanges will collapse?
And what I also saw is that, for example, I saw the video with the Bybit CEO, right? And what he says is there are many auditors that do not want to engage in an audit with a crypto firm, right? Because it's a huge risk. Because if they make a mistake, if an auditor makes a mistake, then it's a reputational risk. So, for example, Bybit, it's in kind of a difficult situation. Yes, they published their proof of reserve, and it's looking really good. And they're now trying to make an audit with an external firm, but they have difficulties finding a big company that would do the audit for them. So I think exchange is having a hard time, anyways, at this very moment. By the way, did you started buying right now, or you were DCAing throughout the whole bear market? What was your strategy, let's say, in the last 6 months?
Last 6 months, I sold my whole altcoins and whole BTC from 68,000, so pretty good. And I was buying a little bit from 30,000, but then was Luna, so I started. And then around 20 and 16,000, I started to buying again. So basically through that whole bearish market, I went pretty well, because I didn't catch that whole BTC dumping and altcoin dumping from 69,000. I got that my capital flowing up through 30,000 from 2021 to 69,000, and right now there are some signs that market might go in a bull run, but of course in the long term. But other signs are saying that we might go in a long falling down, a long bear market, but not only for BTC, but for the whole market, for whole macroeconomics. I mean, US, Europe, whole West world, which is depend from dollar. And because of that, look at this. We were in a bull market, whole BTC market, which is from 2009. Whole BTC market was and everybody were living in a dream when dollar and there was many dollars coming into market, and it was from 2009 to 2021, and right now the situation is changing. So maybe the next couple of years won't be as pretty as previous one. Maybe. For example, do you watch Alex Becker on YouTube?
No, actually, I don't watch him. What about him?
Yeah, he's thinking like this, for example. Yeah. So there are different perspectives on this, and of course, there we can analyze on-chain metrics. Many on-chain metrics showing us pretty nice levels to accumulate right now. For pretty nice levels.
Can you show me some of your on-chain metrics that you actually like to follow?
Yeah, let's do it. So, right. All right. This is not on-chain metric, basically. This is DXY, but DXY, you know it.
Yeah.
It's opposite correlation to BTC. So when we are when DXY is really high, BTC previously was really low. But one of my favorites on-chain metric, really well known through the whole industry, is net unrealized profit and loss. And look at this indicator. Previously, we were at these levels, at these levels, at these levels. In the past, it was best time to accumulate BTC, best times. Right now, we are at this level again, and we are touching it right here at $16,000. Previously, that was a great time, great opportunity to buy BTC. But there is something, I will show you something more. Profit and loss indicator, which is analyzing a difference between profit and loss and wallets in loss on BTC blockchain. So look at these levels in loss. So how many people were in loss right here, and these levels still we have some wallets which are not in loss as much as it was in 2019 and 2015 at the bottoms. So there is still a space to go maybe lower because of that. I also like this indicator. I show it. I have it right here. All right, I'll change it. I like to analyze BTC and comparing it not only to on-chain metrics, but also I like comparing BTC price to macroeconomics. So for sure, for example, right here, you have a BTC ratio between BTC price in USD and S&P 500. So look at this chart. Look at this chart. Where are we right now? We were at previous levels right here, when was a big support zone from 2017 and 18. And we went up really high, and it is BTC to S&P 500. Right now, we are at these levels from 2019, big support zone again, and maybe, of course, this is also a nice time to accumulate, but only according to S&P 500. And the interesting thing is that if you will analyze that top from October 2021 and November 2021 to this top, previous one, from March 2021, this first is really higher than the second one. And everybody knows that BTC price, and I will show it, but BTC price to dollar, the second top was originally higher in BTC, but the price of BTC and the value of dollar changed through that few months a lot, because there was a huge increase of money supply in US, in Europe, in many countries. Huge amount of dollars went into public, and the value of dollar went down through the time. And because of that, the real top of BTC and of the bull market wasn't in October and November 2021, but the real value top of value BTC was in the spring 2021, and it was that.
With this, I totally agree, actually. And also sentiment-wise, the sentiment was really crazy for the first stop. And what you're showing right now on the screen really confirms that. And if we look at it like that, we are in a kind of a 1.5-year bear market right now, right? I mean, we are falling in price. Yes, we had this kind of a pump, right, in the last year, November, October.
We are at the bear market from the spring 2021, basically. And many on-chain metrics, for example, long-term hodlers, spend output profit ratio also was showing that real top was 2021 spring. Here was big sell-off from the oldest wallets on the BTC blockchain. Also, for example, sell-off from miners was also in the spring, during the spring 2021. They weren't selling on the autumn, but they were on a spring, selling on a spring. So according to on-chain data and according to market data, macroeconomics, real top of BTC 2021 was during the March, April, and May. Interesting part.
This is super interesting, right? I mean, if you use on-chain data, you have this edge in the market. That's what I feel, right? Because many people, smart people can somehow aim something similar to bottom, right? Not essentially the bottom, but they can buy around the bottom, like maybe what we are right now. People start DCAing, and essentially when you look backwards, you say, okay, I bought something close to the bottom. Now, selling is very hard. I feel that it's extremely difficult to sell when you are, let's say, 500% in profit, because you simply don't know when to sell. If I can sell right now and I made 5x, great, but you maybe missed another 10x, right? And if you leverage this on-chain data, I believe that you can maybe not aim the top, but really make a good selling decision, selling point.
And so most look at this, for example, here, daily interval. Most miners sold their BTC at the Bitcoin price around $30,000, $27,000, $30,000. Here was a peak. So most miners didn't get to the $60,000 to the $50,000. Most started to selling at this level. This is interesting fact. Nobody is selling at the top always, and we have to just thinking about getting gains, not getting the biggest gains.
Correct. And again, I mean, if they did 10x from the market bottom, I mean, that's wonderful for an asset class like Bitcoin. You hold it for 3 years and you have a 10x. That's amazing. And I feel something similar. If you could look at the year 2018, I feel that we have something very similar, right?
Similar, yes.
Kind of also it was sold just before. The majority are selling before the top, you see. So I mean, when the miners are selling, retail should also be kind of preparing to sell, because you see, miners really aim not the top, but let's see, somewhere close to the top. And I feel that's really the retail people, the last people that come to the market, that push the price up, but that give, that buy at the wrong time, at the worst time possible, and then we go to the bear market.
Interesting thing is that they are selling right now, right here, miners. And the miners at the weekly interval, for example, look at this. They have to sell Bitcoin from time to time. And of course, they are selling it when it's going in a bull run, big bull run, but they have to sell it also in a mid, something between the first top and the second top, and second and the third top. So look at this. They are selling also between the tops during the bear market, or maybe in the end of the bear market, because they have to pay for their electricity bills. So for example, look at this 2015 June, look at here 2019 June also, at this little micro bull runs, and look at this. I'm still waiting when the miners will start to selling their BTC again, because they will have to sell it some time.
But now that's an interesting fact. But now if you check at the remember the drop from 6K to 3K in the November 2018? I feel that here the miners didn't sell, right? Although there was kind of a minor capitulation event, but probably not at that very moment, right?
Yeah, it was interesting part. And I remember it as it was yesterday. And many people was thinking about that BTC will for sure drop to $1,000.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Many people were talking about this.
Yeah, Tony Vanes, I remember he was very popular in YouTube at that very moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and not buying there at $3,000. I was considering buying or not buying. I didn't bought there because I was waiting for $1,000, and I didn't bought there at 1,000. I bought it again, but at not at 3,000, but at around 6,000, etc. So pretty interesting. But those time I wasn't looking and I wasn't observing at on-chain data, on-chain metrics, and analyzing this kind of data. It was possible really to find that bottoms. For example, this is really interesting indicator in a also long-term interval. So look at the big accumulation from the Coinbase investors, when they were starting to accumulate in BTC from September to December 2018, from $6,000 to $3,000, and then again from $3,000 they were starting to accumulate in big amounts of BTC. They were accumulating BTC from around $30,000 to July around $20,000, and they were starting to accumulate in BTC again at $16,000. Also, what is really interesting is a just simple spend output profit ratio indicator, just simple one. Look at this. The moments when this indicator went down during last few years really low was just that moment at $3,000, and was that moment at $3,500 or $4,000, something like this, again, and COVID crash. Really interesting. But look at this one right now, $16,000. It's also really low, almost as low as it was right here.
Exactly. That's exactly similar. Can you tell us a little bit more about this indicator? How is it calculated? How does it come to life?
Yeah, man. I will just check it on our paper. So let's check it right here.
Because this is very interesting, right? I mean, we have two previous bottoms that it basically had it right, and now again at 16K. So what does it say to me? It says that, you know, people are ready to buy, right? Smart money, smart people are ready to buy in DCA right now.
Yeah. So spend output profit ratio is the market participant profit index. Is showing whether the purchase transactions are profitable or not. Purchase transactions. So spend output profit ratio. This is that indicator. Also, we have different indicators like long-term hodlers, short-term hodlers, or long and short-term hodlers indicators. So a variation of that spend output profit ratio. So this is showing how many wallets in the blockchain of BTC are in profit or are in loss during the selling by BTC. Also, really interesting indicator as this one. And look at the these moments when this indicator, I mean this one right here, is going down really low. In the past, that indicator went really low 2 times. At the bottom, 2018, at $3,000, and during the COVID crash, also in March 2020. Again, it went so low at these levels. Look at this, at this level right here, from here to here, etc., etc. Really interesting indicator. This is the ratio between many different on-chain indicators, and between also a price of BTC. And look at here, look at this. The moments when this indicator started to go in at the lowest levels was here, from here to here, was at this moment, from here to here, and from here to here. And right now we are again at the lowest levels. So also this is showing that if BTC will be going through the bull market in a whole, I mean, bull market of S&P 500 or Dow Jones, etc., it would be a great time to accumulate BTC. If the whole world, West world, will be going up right now. But there are many things that we can guess that we won't be going so high. Of course, there might be a micro bull runs during that time, but there are many reasons to think that maybe the time would be really hard because of funding rates. I mean, because of interest rates. Interest rates will be probably over 8%. Right now they are 4%. So maybe it will be would be double than now. So the dollars will be going from the market again to US, from the market again to US. Less dollars on the market, more expensive dollar, cheaper other assets like a BTC, etc. And what is your opinion? How do you
exactly? So what you now tapped is really the macroeconomic elements, and what macroeconomic elements give us is really the cycles, right? Because everything, the history repeats itself, right? So we have market cycles that are repeating themselves. We have a gold cycle, we have a stock cycle, you know, going from we can even check the graph. If I may share the screen, that would be great. Yeah, for example, that one is quite accurate. Exactly. So we're having different market cycles, and market cycles gives us emotions. What I believe is that why we go to recessions and why we go to big bull runs is because of people's emotion, right? And this is actually my favorite graph that, you know, kind of simple to understand and really shows market cycles quite well, right? Where we've been a few years ago, right? Let's take 2012, 2011. We had a crazy bull run, right? And people were optimistic. They, you know, believed they were euphoric. They made a lot of money after the 2009 crash when they started investing once again. And what we're having right now after COVID, we have anxiety, denial, panic. What's going on? We don't know. You know, are we going to a next bull run, or are we going to go down? And this real psychological element that's controlling people. But as we know, market cycles, they're repeating themselves. And, you know, stocks have cycles, everything has cycles. And what I actually usually do, I trade Bitcoin using Bitcoin cycles. So let me quickly show how I identify Bitcoin cycles and, you know, what we can learn basically from the previous cycles. So here we can see the Bitcoin graph. Let me go to the year 2014 and 2015. So many people argue which cycle, you know, which is basically the first Bitcoin cycle. Some people say we had 4. I believe that we had 3 cycles, especially if we check yearly. We can really see that. Just a moment.
Just double click on that scale. On right scale, double click on right scale.
On this one.
Double click on this, yes.
No, double click.
It's not working?
No. It really made it very, very small.
All right.
Okay. Let me come back. That's fine. All right. Exactly. So what we can see right here, even though logarithmic would be better, but again, we had 3 major bear markets. We had the bear market in 2014, and we had the bear market in 2018, and we are having a bear market right now. So what I identify here, I identify a different cycle. I identify 3 different cycles. So let's go to the very first cycle, the 2014 cycle. Give me a second. I will just have to zoom in right there. And what we can see that all those cycles, they're moving in exactly same way, and they give us exactly same results up until now, right? And based on the cycles, we could make the decisions in the future. Of course, we cannot be sure that the cycles will repeat, but we can learn from stocks, we can learn from gold, because those asset classes, they have cycles for over 100 years, right? So now this is a very first Bitcoin cycle. Again, I believe that here, what we're seeing right here is really a price discovery page. It was very difficult to buy Bitcoin in 2013. I was not even aware of Bitcoin. I believe that the majority of people, they were not aware in this moment. So this is really price discovery. This doesn't say anything to me. It says that, okay, price surged up to $200. It went back to 50, and somehow around here, about $80, we established a level, right? Here we had a level for around 1 year. We had kind of a similar Bitcoin price. And then the market cycle theory kicked in. And we went to the very first cycle phase, which is the bull run, the crazy bull run, where everybody believes that this asset class will go to 1 million and so on. They start buying like crazy. So we have an increase from $50 to $1,000, which represents 1,300%, which is crazy, right? And after that, of course, some people, they want to take profit. Some people, they say, okay, I made my life-changing money. I'm happy to sell, and they start selling somewhere around here. And many people sell, the price collapses, it goes down, and we enter the true bear market. So as we see,
it was also Mangox.
Yeah, definitely empty goes. So you see, there's always a player, right? There's always something happening in the space that basically clicks that, okay, the bear market is starting right now. People are losing funds for some reason. There's always that something happens during those phases, right? And we had a crazy bear market for like 130 days, and the bear market continues. And yes, of course, we have pumps throughout the bear market, right? 80%. People still try to believe once again. And this is very, very difficult, especially for newer people, right? We drop down and people say, okay, it's not over, right? We're going to go to the second bull market. We believe in it. Complacency, or how you say it in English. But then the reality kicks in, and we're still going down. And what I marked here in the pink color is that here we stopped falling down. Here we kind of established a temporary bottom where we bounced 3 times. And why this is important? Because once we're going to see the bear market of 2018 and 2022, we have exactly the same approach. So in this bear market, we say, okay, we are down falling. We bounced once, we bounced twice, and still, for these 90 days, exactly 90 days, 3 months, the price is staying the same. And right here at the end of the bear market, we have this final capitulation events. And again, I want to come back to the cycle theory here, capitulation. We capitulate. People, from capitulation, we go to anger. People lost everything, right? From 1,000, the price fell to 169. So 85, 89% decrease. Crazy. If you bought somewhere at the top or somewhere close to the top, or even in the middle of bull run, you're down by at least 50%. But that's where the market makes the bottom. And that's basically the worst place to sell, because that's anger. People got angry. People want to sell. People don't know what to do, what will happen next, and they simply sell. And this last drop, which basically then was, again, 46%, represented the last players leaving the market. And here we enter accumulation phase. Beautiful. We slowly accumulate, and we see we're not making a new low. We're not making a new low. Yes, we had one bigger drop right here, but we didn't make a new low. We simply stayed at the same area, and this took a lot of time. So if you see from the bottom to the next kind of a confirmation of the bottom, we had 222 days, so more than 1.5 years. And again, what happens next after the accumulation phase is done? You guessed it right. We entered a crazy bull market when the price is only going up with some small retracements on the way down. So again, cycle repeats. That's a full cycle. That's what I see, a 4-year full cycle. And then we go to next 4-year cycle. Once again, after the accumulation phase is done, we are going to a crazy bull market. So let's see how much percentage people made if they bought. Oh, that's really crazy. People made over 7,000%. And this was really the most craziest increase in the Bitcoin price, where, let's say, most of the people, they jumped on board. We cannot say that all retail people participated. I believe 2016, 2017 was the turning point where, let's say, probably people like us, right, who were already trading, or who were, doing something in other asset classes, they started also noticing Bitcoin and start buying to the market. So crazy increase. And what do we have right here? We had the top at December 2017, and we had 1 year long up until November. So really 1 year, 361 days, bear market going down. If you remember 2014, we had crazy drop, right? Over 60%. One pump, second pump. Here we had 3 pumps during this bear market, but again, very, very important, we came back to the consolidation phase. Here we are not making new lows anymore, right? We stopped dropping. We say, okay, that's it, right? Most of the people are not selling. So again, how many days we have here? We have 96 days, almost the same as in the previous bear market, right? Phase where nothing is happening, actually, where it's boring. And then the final capitulation event. Less people are selling, less people cannot bear the emotions, they don't know what's happening. Capitulation, anger. So drop of 48%, exactly the same as the previous bear market, and we're forming the bottom at 3K. And again, I think one metric that we still missed is how much down we are from the top. And if we look at the previous bear markets, it is always more than 80%. So we have more than 80% retracement from the to the downside, essentially. And what happened next, you already know, right? We have accumulation phase of about 164 days. You see, even the timelines, they actually fit each other, right? And that's the most interesting thing about cycles, because you don't know where the price is going to go. You don't know the lows, you don't know the highs, but you know the timelines. Let's look at this very final bull run that we just had. So after the accumulation phase, we're going to bull run. Beautiful. We have beautiful increase of 270%. However, people's emotions at play once again. It was too fast of an increase. We had too short of an accumulation period, right? Only 120, and we started to increase rapidly, 300%. So we needed to retrace a little bit. People had to sell, right? It's a very simple, kind of a very simple to understand, simple to analyze it from emotions point of view, right? And if not a COVID crash, I believe that here we would have had, let's say, the bottom of 2019, and here the real bull market would have started. However, we had this unusual event, the COVID crash, which then sent the price once again 4.7K. And that's actually where I started manually buying, because I said, okay, that cannot last too much. And we are almost at the level at the Bitcoin low. So it's really the time to start buying. We climbed up very quickly, similar to stocks. And then it was a time already for the bull market. And then we saw this very crazy increase that we know from the last year, 2021. Again, the price is shooting enormous percentage. So 1,300%. Again, you don't know how much the price will shoot up, right? It's real different. And we have these diminishing returns that many people are speaking. This is correct, but you never know how much the upside we are going to go. All right, and what we have here, we have the bear market that has started right here. And as you showed on your max data dashboard, the real top is here, right? From price point of view, yes, after the pump, we even landed here. However, if you consider the inflation, if you consider how much the dollar is worth, the real appreciation of the Bitcoin price was here in April 2021. And then we go to the bear market, to a crazy bear market. So regardless if we really look from here or we look from here, from price standpoint, we're kind of in a similar situation. We're going down. The very first leg down, then the scam pump, as I call it, and then the second leg down. So we had 2 really strong legs down. And again, what we see right here, we see a consolidation event. We see that price for a limited amount of time, there was 146 days, it's not going down. Again, we are kind of bouncing on the same lows before finally capitulating. Okay, so again, exactly the same as we saw in 2014, exactly the same as we see in 2018. We see a consolidation phase followed by the capitulation. However, the only difference that we can see right now, that the capitulation phase didn't brought us back by 46 or 50% in comparison to other bear markets, right? Here we have a downside of about 24-25%. And that's why people are still kind of not eager to buy, because they're waiting for more downside. And we're really at the point right now where we cannot say whether the Bitcoin bottom is in or we are still going to drop further. Now, if we consider previous bear markets, most probably we would form a bottom right here. However, we have those macro elements that are making the difference right here, right? Also the FTX crash, also the situation with stocks, right, where stocks retraced by a good 30 or even more percentage in the last year. So I believe, my personal opinion is the bottom is somewhere around here. We may already score the bottom because according to the market theory, we had this capitulation event. Whether we're going to have this anger phase with even more capitulation or not, that's not up to me to decide. It's really up to the emotions of people. But I believe that it is safe to start buying Bitcoin somewhere around here. Now we have an SME gap at 8,000 USD. So I think the lowest we can go to the 8,000 USD, and otherwise would really break the structure of Bitcoin, and then the market could even go into free fall if we go below that area. But I really don't believe that we're gonna go that low. I believe that even in these uncertain market conditions, having Bitcoin, having cryptocurrency is the way to go, right? Yeah, so that's how I see the markets. Actually, that's how I see it from the cycle point of view. And again, talking about new cycle, we should have come into accumulation phase. And if you remember the previous accumulation phases, they happen between 90 to 146 days. So let's say 140 days would be somewhere around March 2023. So we are very close to really either forming a bottom or already being at the bottom.
Nice.
And again, we really hope that the new cycle will start. Now, how the new cycle will go, nobody can say. I just want to say, my idea that this cycle, the upcoming cycle, might be a bit different from all the cycles. Now, if we look at the stocks, stocks have 14 to 16 year cycles, okay? And during this cycle, you have 4 smaller cycles. And you either have bull cycles or bearish cycles. So apparently, if we compare it with stocks, here we had a very crazy bullish momentum in the last 14 years, 13 years of Bitcoin, right? And now we are really going to the last 16-year cycle. Now I'm comparing the stock cycles with the Bitcoin cycles, if they're actually moving in the same direction. And the last cycle is always different. So last 16-year cycle is always different. The last cycle always has the top on the left side, meaning that a normal cycle takes 4 years, right? And that's the midpoint of the cycle, right? So first 2 years and then the second 2 years. Now, if we go here, you always see that the top always occurs on the right side, right? We had the accumulation here of 2018, and then we had a cycle top on the right. However, on stocks, during same cycle conditions, the last cycle is always different. The top is always on the left side, and then the bear market is longer, right? That's why I believe that this upcoming cycle might have the top on the left side. It will be left translated cycle, and we will spend about 2 years in falling, right? We will have about 2 years of bear market, kind of a similar to here, but even more harsher bear market. If this holds true, then what? Yeah, sure. Tell me.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And if that holds true, it means that we will start going up. We're start scaling up quite quickly. We might get a top somewhere. Either we will make a new top or we will be below the previous top, right? Because the last stock cycle not necessarily makes a new top for stocks. It can somehow top at 50K, for example, right? And then we can start a big bear market. So let's say that's my expectation. That's what I'm preparing. That's why I believe that this bull market will come unexpectedly. It will come faster, and not everybody will be open to go on board. But I'm accumulating right now, and I believe that we will really go and make a cycle top quicker this time. And that's why once we approach 2014, we will have a halving at about March, January. It really depends on when this block will be mined. I will be at the halving event. I will not be that bullish anymore. I will be really starting to sell and starting to go out of the market slowly.
Talking about halving, I have something to show you. This chart, really interesting also. BTC comparing to Nasdaq, comparing to CPA. And look at this, minus 86%, minus 85%. Right now, we are already minus 84% on this index, and halving was right here, and it will be right here at this point. And where are we right now? We are at the level, also a big support zone from 2019 at these levels. Previously, we were at this level, for example, 2017, right here. And once again, all right here, look at this. and right here. So pretty nice moments to buy BTC. And yeah, really interesting what you just said about this halving and about this right and left top, and that bull run might be really, really fast. I'm pretty sure also that we are low right now. We are low. And in next couple of months, next couple of years, we will be much, much higher with BTC price. But the bear market for 2 years, also agreeable. I agree with that, we might go for a long time in a bear market. All right,
because
man.
you see, yeah, exactly, and that's the thing, right? Because everybody expects that, hey, Bitcoin will raise for an indefinite amount of time, right? And for example, we have the model by Plan B, right? A stock to flow model where he supposes that the Bitcoin will reach 1 million very quickly. But you know, if all the people agree and all the people think, yes, we're definitely going to go to 1 million, we're definitely going to have exactly the same cycle, then that's most probably not going to happen, right? Because market really always tries to shake out you. And I believe if now everybody will concentrate on that, yes, we're going to have the same bull market, same 10x, and it's easy money, probably it will not be that easy, right? Probably the market will find a way to really shift a little bit in different direction. And I believe that this left translated cycle will be the surprise for most of the people. Well, everybody will think that they will wait until the halving and they will buy now. However, the market will most probably do the top at the halving event, or just before it, or just after it, and people will not have enough time to sell when the price will start going down, because this asset class increased by so much, right? Now everybody knows about Bitcoin. Not everybody owns Bitcoin. I totally agree. Yesterday I saw the statistics that only 12% of internet users own Bitcoin, and I believed in the upcoming cycle, most probably this number will jump into 30 or even 40%. Especially when we heard the news that Twitter is going to introduce cryptocurrencies yesterday, when Elon mentioned that. So I believe that, yes, the adoption will grow, the cycle will be crazy, and it will be an opportunity to make money, but so important not to be too greedy and then sell and make some nice returns and make something good with the money that you earn.
Nice. All right. Thanks, man. It is a pleasure to talk with you, and hopefully we will talk soon again.
Sure. So yeah, thank you very much for the tools. I believe that it is really great to analyze on-chain data. I wasn't spending that much time on on-chain data before, but I see that I will include this to my analysis as well going forward.
Nice. And so let's talk soon. And thank you very much. So
awesome.
see you later.
Awesome, Julian. Thank you. See ya. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.